Hello, welcome to Herding Cats, the life of 6 lawyers. And today is my very first episode, so I'm excited to get started. By way of introduction into my family and my world, I'd like to tell a story about a field of sunflowers from this weekend. I'm sure you've probably noticed on Facebook the recent trend of pictures of blissfully happy individuals or couples or families out in the middle of a sunflower field, and everyone's smiling and enjoying themselves, and it's the picture perfect family. I want to give you a glimpse of what reality is like, because I had this fantasy that we were going to have these beautiful family pictures. And of course, the devil is in the details. Anytime that you plan a family adventure of any kind, whether it's supposed to be picture perfect or just for your own sanity's sake, you have to plan out all the details, especially when you have a large family. And I have 4 kids. My oldest, we're gonna call him JR, is 22. My second, one day shy of 16 months younger, is Queen Bee. My third child, she's almost 21. In a couple weeks, Queen Bee will be 21. My third child, Jack, is actually only 9. And then Cooper, our Bubba, is 6. And so we have quite the space in between them, which makes things a little bit more challenging sometimes. So this first plan of going out into the sunflower field and taking family pictures, I rearranged some schedules. I planned with all of the individuals involved. Of course, little guys kind of go where you tell them to go, or so I thought. And so I thought I had everything arranged for Saturday morning. Unfortunately, turns out Queen Bee had to work, and JR, who wanted to have his significant other in a couple of photos with him, the significant other couldn't come on that day. And so Plan B started to form. And it was just going to be my husband and I and our 2 little boys. I had coordinated all the clothing. I had decided on some rewards when you did a good job. I had prepped them. I had fed them. We headed out to the field. We got there and reality struck. First of all, a field of sunflowers on a Saturday morning is going to be covered in dew. So the field was a little wet. Yeah, little boys were not keen on the wetness. Number 2, it's a field of flowers. Flowers means bees. Bees, I'm allergic to bee stings. That immediately put the 2 little boys into panic mode. No, you can't go out there. I'm already out in the field, ready to take pictures. No, they insisted, you can't go out there. I finally cajoled the youngest, Bubba, to come out into the field with me, but he's crying. Tear-stained cheeks. Jack, on the other hand, refuses to get out of the car. So my husband, being who he is, decided to take action and physically carried him into the field. Lots of panic. There are bees everywhere. I'm wet. Cooper, of course. Bubba has on his flip-flops instead of tennis shoes. One detail I failed to mention, everyone should put on their tennis shoes at the door. Nope, flip-flops. So we're walking around in a muddy field in flip-flops. And of course the sun, bright sun, not overcast day, bright sunny day. So the sun is in their eyes, because knowing that I need to have the sun behind me for the perfect lighting, and they are squinting into the camera. I have squinty, tear-stained cheeks, and lots of panic. After about 10 minutes of this, I finally said, forget it. Let's take as many pictures as we can. We'll sort out the details later. Unfortunately, sorting out the details later meant that we had a lot of details to sort out. Out of probably 20 shots that I finally got, I only had maybe 2 or 3 really good pictures. And that's when I decided, This is reality. This is what happens when you have a large family. You cannot control the little things. You cannot deal with what needs to happen. And sometimes you just have to let it go. On top of it, our story doesn't end there. We finally get back to the car and I immediately start sneezing. Thanks to Plexus and nutritional supplementation, I had forgotten all about my seasonal allergies. I haven't had any real symptoms. Oh, but a field of sunflowers in the middle of August, that's a problem. So I immediately started sneezing and coughing and drainage, and I was miserable. Went home, stripped all my clothes off, got into the shower, did what I could. But for those 2 decent pictures, I paid for over 45 hours of pain and suffering. The very next day, then, it was decided that the older kids, JR and Queen Bee, would go out with their significant others. Same field. Of course, they both got lost, and of course, the sun was setting, and all of these other details just didn't fall into place for them either. But what I got from them were lovely pictures. Because they weren't having to micromanage. I had taken care of the micromanaging. So those parents out there who are dealing 1, 2, 6, 7 kids, I get it. I know how hard it is to micromanage. Here's my advice. Let it go. It's all you can do is let it go. Smile at the pictures you got, make memories, and believe in the best. We will never forget that trip out into the field, but we didn't necessarily get the pictures we envisioned. It's not picture perfect, so beware of what you see on Facebook. Beware of trying to imitate it. You've all seen the funny pictures. Real life, a lot funnier than what you see on Facebook.